What's up YouTube, and welcome to part 3 of my elite farming guide. In this video we will continue from where we left off in part 2. Also, links to the other parts can be found in the description below. Just a quick note, I was unable to finish recording before the server reset, but we picked up 14 3-star artifacts and 3 4-star artifacts from part 1 and part 2, along with 96,980 Mora. So before we continue with the routes, let's take a quick look at the account. This is Veresa, Inefa, Columbina, and Zibai. Our Mora count sits at 891,421. This is after claiming commissions and expeditions from yesterday. And our artifact count, before we continue, is at 161 3-star artifacts and 114 4-star artifacts. So without further ado, let's begin. Next, we will be covering Liyue. Liyue is a multi-section zone comprising of Chengyun Vale, West Liyue, and East Liyue, which includes 3 locations in Dragon Spine. In Liyue, elites that we will be targeting would be Geobishops and Lawachos, as well as Eye of the Storms. These drop 600 Mora each. Our first location will be this waypoint in the north. Once we spawn in, we want to turn around and head down the path. Here we will find a Lawacho. After venting any frustrations on him, our next waypoint is to the south. When we spawn in, turn around, there will be a special Lawacho here. He only drops 600 Mora like a standard Lawacho, but isn't too difficult. From here we dash down the stairs. Just to the right beyond the blue tree. After taking out these 2 elites, we follow the path downwards, where we find 2 hatchlings. After this, we head to this waypoint in the bottom left. Once you spawn in, just head straight up the hill. We will find a Lawacho there. Once we kill him, keep running up. Here there's another 2 elites. After sending them to Elite Heaven, we head to our next waypoint, which is just to the right in the middle of these islands. When we spawn in, turn left, run on the water, head towards the right side of this ridge. Here we will find 3 elites. And our next spot is this waypoint south of the Suwani. When we spawn in, turn around, there will be 3 elites here. After killing them, keep running down the hill. Towards the right, you will see a camp. There will be 2 elites here. Our next waypoint is just below us. After spawning in, turn around, head towards the southeast. Here you will find 3 elites. And our final waypoint is this one right here. Once we spawn in, turn towards the left, you will find a Hilicho camp. Following the path. After killing the trash in the camp, a Lawacho will spawn. And with that, we wrap up Chengyun Vale. So let's clear out West Liyue. Our first location is this waypoint here at Mount Aotang. When we spawn in, turn around. And head towards the north. At this location, north of the waypoint, we will find 2 Eye of the Storms. They each drop 600 Mora. Back to our previous waypoint. From here, drop down the left side of the mountain. In this cave, we will find a large Geobishop, as well as spawn in a hatchling on the left. Next spot is this waypoint here, just above the Statue of the Seven. When we spawn in, slightly to the right, facing the north side. At this spot, we can spawn in an Eye of the Storm. From here, we face north, and we dash over the gap. Past the Shrine of Depths, continue north. Here we will find a Geobishop. After that, continue heading up the hill, and we jump off at the end. Follow the mountain, and there will be one Geobishop and 2 hatchlings. Next waypoint is to the bottom of the Statue of the Seven. When we spawn in, head towards the trees, towards the right of the map. Over here you can see a Geobishop. What you want to do is aggro him and run past him and awaken the Rune Guard, and then we take them both out together. Back to our previous waypoint. Next we head towards the left of the map. Over here there are some trash to kill. A leyline might spawn here. If it does, we just clear it out for some extra Mora. Head past the Shrine of Depths. To the left is a Geobishop and a hatchling. Once that's done, head in the bottom left direction of the map. Here we'll find a Hilichurl camp. Clear out the Hilichurls and the Mintachurl. Then we head towards the Geobishop in the distance, aggroing the slimes along the way. Next waypoint is to the left of the Pyro Regis Vine. Once we spawn in, turn around, there will be 2 hatchlings right next to the waypoint. Clear them out. Next waypoint is to the bottom left. When we spawn in, turn around, head down the hill. Over here you'll see a hatchling. After killing the hatchling, keep following the path. You will see a large Geobishop. What we want to do is we aggro him and turn to the right. Here there are a bunch of Hilichurl trash which we will kill along the way. Once we've cleared, our next waypoint is to the right of Dunyu Ruins. When we spawn in, we head upwards on the map. Also, there will be a hatchling and some trash to kill along the way. Continue heading north or upwards. We will find a Geobishop. Once that's done, we teleport to this waypoint in the chasm. Once we spawn in, head straight through the tunnel. Clear the spider blocking the way. Here we will find a Geobishop with 2 hatchlings that will spawn in. After that, we head to this waypoint, turn around, run across the bridge. Here we find a Rune Guard and a Rune Grader. And this completes West Liyue. How I like to remember this is for West Liyue, we go after the Geobishops and the Rune Grader. And for East Liyue, we go after the Lavachurls as well as the 4 Rune Guards at Guyun Stone Forest. So we start this route by teleporting to the domain. Once we spawn in, turn towards the right. And we keep heading right. After the arch, we will find 4 rune guards. Just wake them up. Next we head to Dragon Spine. So we start at this waypoint, down at the bottom. Once we spawn in, there will be trash on the left and a Mitacho on the right. Just take them out. After that, head back to the waypoint, just to remove the coal. Then we keep running straight. Over here, there will be a lava chow. Our next waypoint is next to the domain. Once we spawn in, turn around and jump down the mountain, heading towards our left of the map. Over here you can see a lava chow. Next waypoint is this waypoint towards the bottom left. Once we spawn in, turn to your left, head down the path, kill the trash along the way, 2 more will spawn in. Next we keep following the path and drop down the right. Down here you will find another lava chow. And our next waypoint is to the left. Since there is a ley line there, we clear that out as well for extra Mora. Normally what we do though is when we spawn in, we turn around, run up towards the north. Here there will be 2 Hilichos, just take them out along the way. And then we head towards the lava chow in the distance there. After that, our next target is the domain down south. When we spawn in, turn right, run through the corridor. Here we aggro this trash, as well as this guy, and head towards the lava chow. After killing the lava chow, we take out the trash nearby. To the right there are some slimes, we take those out as well. A large slime would then spawn in. After killing the slimes, we head towards the rune guard. Once that's done, our next waypoint is to the left in the middle of nowhere. Look for the circle here on the map. When we spawn in, pick the mint, that spawns a whopper flower, and we head to the lava chow and kill both of them at the same time. Then we head down south to this waypoint. Once we spawn in, turn around, and we kill all the trash along the road. After killing the whopper flower, turn around, head towards the brazier. There'll be a Hilichurl camp here, as well as a lava chow. Clear out the camp, Next waypoint is down below. Once we spawn in, just head straight. You'll see the Hilichurl camp. There we'll find a Lavachurl. Clear out this camp. And our last waypoint is way down south here, to the right of Lingji Pass. Once we spawn in, turn around, follow the path. Over here, we drop down and take out 2 trash. Then we kill the Lavachurl, as well as any trash nearby. And with this, we wrap up East Liyue as well as this zone. While Liyue is a very large zone, don't be afraid to split them up and tackle them separately, taking breaks in between. Now with that, let's head on to the next segment of this guide. Okay, so after that last lengthy segment, we find ourselves in Nod-Krai. What we care about in Nod-Krai would be the Wild Hunt, as the large Wild Hunt drops 400 Mora. Fishes we keep and come back to at the end of the day when we are wrapping up our run. Elites like the Radiant Beasts and the Frost Knight Scions are not worth the time because they spawn individually. So we start off this run with this domain. Once we spawn in, just turn to your left, run along the mountain. There are Abyss Wolves here that will spawn in as well. Get a lucky double drop here. Actually triple drop. Next we teleport to the Statue of the Seven. Once we spawn in, turn around. Run towards the right side of the map. There you will find the elites. Once we clear them out, our next location is this waypoint here, just up along the coast. Once we spawn in, turn to our right, and they're right there. Some ores in the background as well. Then our next spot is this waypoint, just top right of us here. The elites are located right here, but what I usually do is clear out trash along the way. So we turn around, jump down. Here there's 2. We run to this structure here. Sometimes they spawn here. If they don't, just make a left. There's 2 more here. Next to them, another party. We crash that. Next we head upwards, where there's another group. To the left, there's just some slimes. We take those out as well. And then we head towards the Wild Hunt. Once that's done, we head to this waypoint on the right. Once we spawn in, head towards the canyon. We can use Kuvaki as well to travel faster. Over here. After terminating them, we continue down the canyon, follow the mountain to the right, and our next targets are just behind. Next, we teleport to the domain here. Once we spawn in, turn to our right. And they are just around the corner. Take these guys out, and we head towards this next waypoint towards the top. Once we spawn in, turn around, jump over the railing, head towards the bottom right of the map, and you will find them here. Our next spot is just to the bottom right, over here. Once we teleport in, follow the path in front of us. You can already see the Wild Hunt in the distance, so we head there. Once that's done, we head towards the top right. Just here along the beach. And with that, we are done with Nod-Krai. As mentioned before, we will be coming back here at the end of the day to wrap up our elite route. But for now, this ends our visit to Nod-Krai as well as part 3 of this guide. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in part 4. Signing off.